at the J. Vibe blowing at the J. Got the loud jumping at the bag. Everything I'm on slap. Everything I do is got the band jumping at the bag. Vibe blowing at my J. Got the loud jumping at the bag. Everything I'm on slap. Everything I do is got the band jumping out the bag. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy, I'm a paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The re-up just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm troubled, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not no trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I could never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. I just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Couple big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. Get my good side. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the band jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice. Go run up a check, demand my respect. I'm doing the most, I never quit. They want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping out the bag. Everything I'm on slap. Everything I do is got the band jumping out the bag. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping out the bag. Everything I'm on slap. Everything I do is got the band jumping out the bag. Vibe blowing at the J.
She might be what I need. She get spicy, want taste test, come by me. Yeah. I'm icy, way too icy. I get paper, on big screen, I'm spiky. I'm vibing, vibing. Too wavy, I could tell they wanna get like me. Timid straight shooter, I'm dumping the clip that I'm dipping. Hitting the mark with the weightiest art. I rage with my heart and it's right with my wrists. Cut up the pay with the real ones. I see a few million, we want it, we need it, let's get it. Long live the niggas that get it and live how they say it. A sentence, we really the trillest. Please don't pretend with that love that you send it is. Fuck if you like me, I call me the business. Somebody tell God forgive me, I'm sinning. I think that she know, but he got me, I'm winning. Cloud is a dangerous drug and your phone is the plug. Everybody on that shit pretending. So many lost and they chasing what's trending. Boy, yeah, let's forget it, I'm back to my senses. I'm only helping a man in the mirror. From here on I'm open, I'm focused. Okay, I lied, if you riding, I'm riding. I put on the folks and trust in me. Get with it, come fuck with me. I don't bet it's love, you stuck with me. I'm coming and clutch for me. Get with it, they get lost, ain't nobody touching me, yeah. She like me, she might be what I need. She get spicy, want taste test, come by me. Yeah. I'm icy, way too icy. I get paper, on big screen, I'm spiky.
I'm vibey, just vibey. Too wavy, and see they won't get like me. I'm vibey, just vibey. Too wavy, come and get like me. She like me, she might be what I need. Too icy, way too icy. I get paid, a big screen, I'm spiky. I'm vibey, just vibey. Too wavy, I could tell they wanna get like me. I'm vibey, just vibey. Too wavy, come and get like me.
Before you tell me that I've changed a lot, take a minute to consider a lot has changed me.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking, all right? So shout out to everybody who's in the building early. Hopefully everybody can hear and see everything great. If you guys can, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me or things are looking or sounding bad, please give me a thumbs down. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody who's in the building early, all right? Shout out to Carlton. Good to see you as always, bro. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all throw some flames, some thumbs up in the chat for Brooklyn Queen. No worries. We will have special undocumented like enforcers very soon, all right? And shout out to Tedra, all right? Good to see you. Shout out to my man, AB Promotions. Good to see you as always, all right? So there are new states facing a migrant influx, and I'm not sure if people are aware of this, but Governor Greg Abbott just declared war. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Who did Governor Abbott just declare war on? I'm going to give you guys a hint. It's not the Biden administration. So I apologize if I'm going through this stream very fast. It's because I got a limited amount of time, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to try to get covered. If I'm not able to get this stuff covered, then what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do the exact same continuation stream of this in the morning with a different thumbnail. It'll probably have a different title because, you know, we're working with AI, and the AI will suggest a different title for me, but the thumbnail will be the same. So you guys will easily be able to identify it. And shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions has an announcement for us, and it goes something like this.
They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
Oh man, shout out to MAGA ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's hilarious, man. All right, let's check this out real quick. Got a couple videos for you guys. Now, this is an old video, all right? And I want you guys to pay attention to this video, because this video actually aged very well, all right? It's only 3 minutes long. We're going to run right through it. Let's get it.
While the left insists we need more illegals to keep the economy running, the fact is we're out of room. Look at Seattle. The city's fresh out of cash and can't afford to house the illegals. Now, when you have that many, the rent is just too damn high. So the city told them they had to go. No more free hotels, amigo. But they didn't like that. So they're staging a sit-in. Where? The schools. Dozens of them set up camp at the Garfield Park tennis courts. Democrat activists joined them in a show of force. No hotel rooms, no tennis. Investigative journalist Jonathan Cho went there to check it out, and the tennis squatter said, no bueno.
There's someone here who regularly comes to these events that spreads misinformation. And if that person is going to be here recording and spreading misinformation, I'm not sure that we can continue with this press conference at this time. They're asking you to stop. They're asking you to stop.
Public park, last check. You can go there. You can call the police if you want. Mira. Ven acá.
Can you get a job?
Don't touch.
Can you get a job?
So they said that this person publicly, quote unquote, spreads misinformation all the time. And now, mind you, this was supposed to be a public event. It's at a public park press conference, and they're telling the journalists to go. Somebody make it make sense. Shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button wherever you're watching from, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash the like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and subscribe to the channel. And also, please share this stream to your social media. And if you guys know anybody who is interested in migrant crisis news, migrant crisis updates, please make sure you tag that person on your social media post.
Touch me.
Come in here and show people.
Don't touch me, homie.
What the hell are you doing? How are you?
You call me an immigrant?
Are you not an immigrant?
No, bro. Why would you say that?
Because you're Asian.
But a migrant sugar daddy swooped in.
Wow, look at this, man. Look at this.
Because you're Asian.
But a migrant sugar daddy swooped in. A private group volunteered to pay for the illegals' hotel rooms if the taxpayers won't. Only problem is now there are no open hotel rooms for Americans. So since money doesn't grow on trees, the free hotel stay ends in 10 days. And once that ends, Seattle may be heading towards a migrant Chaz situation. Tennis, anyone? Investigative journalist and Discovery Institute senior fellow Jonathan Cho joins me now. Snazzy blazer, Jonathan. It looked like they didn't really care how well you were dressed. They don't want reporters to see migrants swatting on children's tennis courts?
Well,
Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many of you all feel okay or comfortable with, quote unquote, migrants being in areas where there's a lot of kids? I don't know how I feel about that. And let's just put this out here. I don't know how I feel about a lot of adults being around a lot of kids because people are weird and people are sick. However, a lot of the migrant crime has been associated with, quote unquote, sexual crime, despite the fact that they say any mention of any type of migrant crime is misinformation, despite the fact that we show clear cut documentation and sources of it. I don't know how I would feel putting people who seem to have that particular type of crime around high-risk victims like children. I don't know if that's the best idea. And I don't know if the people who work at the school or the parents of the students at the school are comfortable with that either. My question for you guys is, if you all went to your school where you take your kids to learn and you saw a migrant encampment there, how comfortable would you be? How would you feel about it? Shout out to Shatera, the migrant sugar daddy. Yeah, it's wild out here.
Jesse, it's because I'm exposing the truth right now. They don't want to show that they're essentially extorting the city. They're saying, look, if they don't get money, if they don't get resources, if they don't get motels, they're going to stay. They're going to protest. They're going to create, again, chaos. What an attitude of entitlement. And again, I show that through my reporting, through my videos, and the video don't lie, and they don't like that.
So it's a shakedown. They're going to stop American children from playing tennis until you pay for their hotel rooms.
Yeah, the key here is disruption, and disruption gets the attention of lawmakers and city officials. And credit to Councilmember Joy Hollingsworth, who represents District 3, the Central District neighborhood, a historically black neighborhood, let me mention. By the way, she's saying right now the city...
Imagine that. Did you hear what this guy said? A historically black neighborhood. Very, 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 very similar to what we've seen with this migrant crisis. Would you all agree? Now, we got to ask Fox... why are you bringing race into it? Because Fox are the don't bring race into it people. But since he brought race into it, that allows us to be able to enter the conversation from that angle and expand upon that. So now let me ask you guys this question. Is it a true or false statement? The migrant crisis has been placed in mainly majority black neighborhoods. Here's another thing. The migrant crisis has only been talked about being addressed in terms of the quote unquote majority white areas. Trump said that he would start mass deportations with Aurora, Colorado and Springfield, Ohio first, despite the fact that Boston, Chicago, New York, all these different places that are majority black have had the migrant crisis placed there. Very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, and that's a great question. Shout out to Shatera. How are they just posted up at the high school? Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, the key here is disruption, and disruption gets the attention of lawmakers and city officials. And credit to Councilmember Joy Hollingsworth, who represents District 3, the Central District neighborhood, a historically black neighborhood, let me mention. By the way, she's saying right now the city has no money. But again, she mentioned that the state legislature earmarked $30 million for these migrants. So it's still unclear, though, when that money's going to come through.
All right. Do us a favor. Lend Clay Travis your blazer, because that's how to pull off a loud blazer. Be safe out there, Jonathan.
Thanks. It's also working my Spanish there.
Okay, good. Click here.
All right. So now that's interesting, right? And again, That is an old video. All right. That video is from 5 months ago. That video is from 5 months ago. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to briefly touch on the situation that's going on in a different state where there's a large presence of Trinidad Agua. All right. Now, here's my question for you guys. And I think I mentioned it earlier. What state is this that we're talking about that's dealing with this large presence of Trinidad Agua? Let me know in the comment section.
And now we head to the southern border. We have been hearing stories of how a number of migrants are putting a strain along the U.S. and Mexico border. But what's their story? Why are so many migrants leaving their homes behind? News Nation's Allie Bradley joins us live from Arizona, where she spoke to several families and has their personal stories. So, Allie, what did they tell you?
Yeah, hi, Kelly. We know that millions of people try to enter the United States each and every year. And in the United States are actually 675,000 visas for migrants who enter the U.S. legally every year. And there are an additional 360,000 who are being let in through the CBP One app. Now, regardless of how they're entering the country, they're all after the American dream.
They chase their own American dream in the greatest nation in the world.
Chasing the American dream one step at a time, leaving everything behind, spending their life savings, many traversing through multiple countries. All for a piece of the American dream. And for many, that dream is worth everything and may even cost their life.
They're killing people and kind of things, but I am here.
Over the last year, policies have shifted dramatically, impacting who is being allowed to stay in the United States.
The plan is to find a job that's legal, not having to run in fear or worry that they will export you to Mexico. The main concern is getting...
Well, how about, why isn't the main concern to respect the laws? Like, step number one, if you're going to come into a country, at least establish that you will be willing to follow the law, right? If you guys think that that's normal and reasonable, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. And speaking of thumbs up, shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 11 people watching and we got 8 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and try to get us to 19, that would be wonderful.
He's sent back to Mexico and having to start the process all over again.
But for migrants fleeing persecution and seeking asylum, policies don't matter.
I'm so happy because this is your country. I don't know, two nice people. We receive plenty of help, like food, like clothes, because we no clothes.
As they say, they have no other choice but to come.
May God bless America. Please let us in. At least let me in.
Migrants I walked with in a caravan from Tapachula, Mexico, marched towards that hope. Victor from El Salvador carried an American flag.
America was built on values. I know about American history.
Some migrants simply believe more in American values than they do those of their own country, like Igor, who would have been sent to the front lines in Russia's war against Ukraine, something he didn't stand behind.
Thank you, President Biden, for this.
Now, in the United States, if you leave and you don't participate in the military during the time that the United States is involved in a war, they'll call you a draft dodger. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me. In this video, it just came out, if I'm not mistaken. Literally, I would say probably about like a day ago. And what it says is that a federal housing program reduced veteran homelessness by more than half. What's next? So that's interesting, right? Because one thing that we know is that the homeless crisis, the Box Bros crisis, is out of control. So you got to ask, how are they measuring these statistics? How are these statistics being measured? I'll tell you how. They're using alternative facts.
God bless you. God bless you.
Now, many migrants like Igor do not actually have work authorization while they're letting this process play out. And many of these migrants, too, Kelly, end up in these kind of removal proceedings or watching these asylum claims play out. And some of them don't get court cases for 3 to 6 years. And that court backlog just continues to grow.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
All right, so there's that. All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Trinidad Agua invasion, right? That hasn't really been discussed. And the Trinidad Agua invasion that hasn't been discussed is Trinidad Agua and their presence in Texas. All right. Now, I've discussed Tren de Aragua and their Texas presence on BLR1 in 2 videos. Shout out to DC Precise, who sent the videos talking about how Tren de Aragua recently in Dallas, there's a situation with a hotel down there where they quote unquote overran the hotel with hatchets. We will be talking about that later on if we get to it. But Governor Abbott has just come out and said he's going on a full initiative against Tren de Aragua as a result of their presence in Texas. All right. Real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 21 people in the building. Shout out to y'all. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, do me a favor, take a moment, smash that like button. If you guys have not hit that bell, be sure, hit that bell, hit it twice. All right. And share the stream to your social media. We got 20 people watching and we got 12 likes. So we need 8 more likes to hit the 1-to-1. And the goal is to get the likes to 32. And I know we can do it. So let's get it.
Governor Greg Abbott making a border security announcement in Houston, discussing the ongoing border security efforts, calling the Biden-Harris administration policies reckless, and also calling out the Tren de Aragua gang. Let's bring in News Nation's border correspondent, Ali Bradley, who is live with more. Ali, what else did the governor outline today?
Yeah, hey, Nicole, a big one here from Texas Governor Greg Abbott. He actually is designating Tren de Aragua, or the Venezuelan gang that is making headlines, as a foreign terrorist organization, saying that the state is going to use the power of the courts to help their operations, and they're actually going to use asset forfeiture to go after their assets, to seize their goods and their belongings, also adding that they are going to do what they can to keep these individuals in jail longer. Now, when asked why now, why the governor is making this move now, 3.5 years into this crisis that he's been very vocal about, he says it's because of the uptick in crime that we have been seeing involving these gang members. Now, he specifically cited instances at the El Paso hotel called the Gateway Hotel, which is now closed down. But last week, the county attorney bringing forward an injunction on that hotel, saying that there was gang activity there and problems there, including what they believe to be a prostitution ring. Now, the governor saying that they went in there and performed operations and actually arrested 20 suspected Tren de Aragua members in that operation as that hotel was being closed down. Now, when it comes to what they're going to be doing now, of course, they have these operations where they are working with their anti-gang units. Now, when Governor Greg Abbott first took office, there was only one anti-gang unit in the state. He is now touting that they are expanding to at least 9.
So now, as you guys can see, Texas, for the most part, is doing the same thing that they claim that they're doing in Colorado, creating these anti-gang units to deal with these migrant gangs, these criminal migrant networks. Now, mind you, right, I saw a video on YouTube where on YouTube, there's people out there that are saying these situations with these quote unquote migrant criminal networks are mis and disinformation. They're saying that this is mis and disinformation. So my question is, what is this then? If it's mis or disinformation, then what is it?
Take a listen to what the governor had to say about that move.
I signed laws that provide more than $100 million to support these anti-gang centers over just the next 2 years. But to more directly target TDA, I directed DPS to elevate
Shout out to Tarek.
TDA
What's good with it, bro?
to a tier 1 gang, the worst of the worst.
Okay, so it is going to be a state, local, and federal effort here, Nicole. He's saying that Texas DPS is actually going to be working in a collaborative effort to create a database, saying that the biggest issue that they're facing right now when it comes to these TDA members is that they really don't have a way to identify them. We know that is an issue in the vetting process. So they're saying right now they're going to take what they know. They're going to take those identifiers that.
So now let me ask you guys a question. It would be very easy to deal with this if you ask me. The easy way to deal with this is to restrict immigration from Venezuela. Very simple. The chances that Venezuelan migrants could possibly be TDA members are higher amongst Venezuelan migrants than amongst other groups of migrants. So how would you deal with that? At the very least, restrict immigration or have more strict vetting procedures on migrants from Venezuela. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
tattoos and military-age men, the clothing that they might be wearing, and match that up with what they found in other areas where these gang members have been present. So that is what they're going to be focusing on right now. These are those anti-gang centers that are present right now across Texas that he says are going to be ramping up. They're going to be beefing up resources and support there to go after these gang members to stop them from getting a stronghold in the state. Because Nicole, the governor, says that they have seen the kind of beginning stages of this gang setting up shop in Texas, saying that they come in with these 18 to 25-year-old men. And
Okay, so as you guys can see, here you go. Shout out to Allie. Shout out to News Nation. According to News Nation, they are setting up shop in Texas with military age males, 18 through 25. Now, how long has it been since we've been talking about this and we've been addressing the concerns of quote unquote military age men? And again, remember, what is part of Trinde Argua's criminal portfolio? Part of Trinde Argua's criminal portfolio is getting into the border illegally, human smuggling, and bypassing the authorities, right? So again, even if we have single men getting in, there's nothing to say that family units, alleged family units that cross the border are actual family units. Those family units, being that none of these people are documented and we don't know who they are, could possibly be Trinde Argua members or a member of Trinde Argua holding up or holding hostage a woman and a child, posing as a family, using that family illusion to come through and then dissolve the family unit once they get to the United States and possibly go elsewhere and tend to Trinde Argua operations at their designated or location of choice. If you guys would agree that these are all possibilities that are not being looked at appropriately, give me a thumbs up. If you guys think that I'm just being paranoid and spreading misinformation, by all means, thumbs down. All right.
Focusing on right now. These are those anti-gang centers that are present right now across Texas that he says are going to be ramping up. They're going to be beefing up resources and support there to go after these gang members to stop them from getting a stronghold in the state. Because Nicole, the governor, says that they have seen the kind of beginning stages of this gang setting up shop in Texas, saying that they come in with these 18 to 25-year-old men and they expand. They work with what they can and they make those expansions. So again, they closed down the Gateway Hotel following that injunction. Now they're designating Trinde Aragua, that Venezuelan gang, as a foreign terrorist organization. Now, it's important to know one of the reasons why we've heard so much about TDA and why we know about TDA, Nicole, is that they were involved in the assault of New York police officers. They were also involved. The brother was directly connected to Trinde Aragua in the killing of Laken Riley. So we have seen several instances crop up as of late involving this gang. And the governor said enough is enough. If you're looking at images from the Gateway Hotel, that hotel, again, has since been shut down after being condemned and an injunction brought forward because of gang activity. They had several El Paso police officers go in there and report that they had interactions with suspected TDA members as well. Governor Greg Abbott and Dallas police also confirming that in Dallas, the gang is present there as well, Nicole. So they have a lot of work to do.
So as you guys can see, it's confirmed. Confirmed. Trinde Argua is now operating and doing similar things to what they've done in Colorado in Texas. So now I got to ask you guys a question. If Trinde Argua is in Texas doing similar things to what they've done in Colorado, and they have a governor in Texas, that governor in Texas is strict for the most part, or at least acts like he's strict on immigration. Do you all really think that these people, quote unquote, fear a Trump presidency, or are they just using that as an excuse to further flood the southern border? Let me know what you guys think.
Do if they want to get this gang under control in the state, Nicole.
All right, yeah, Allie Bradley live with that announcement today from the governor. Thank you.
All right, so there's that. All right, so now next, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the aftermath of what's going on in Springfield, Ohio. All right, because people in Springfield, Ohio aren't happy. They're so not happy that allegedly and apparently there have been, quote unquote, bomb threats. Some schools are closed down. A lot of different things are going on in Springfield, Ohio. And we'll be covering all of that, possibly not in this live stream, but in live streams coming up in the future. Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it, bro?
Springfield, Ohio is a city on edge after several bomb threats over the weekend. Colleges and other facilities are taking precautions to keep everyone safe. These threats have followed baseless claims about Haitian migrants in Springfield eating pets. ABC's Allison Cossack.
Now, what was the claim about the migrants? What did somebody say that the migrants was doing in Springfield?
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
Hey, you know what Trump should have did during the debate? When Kamala Harris was talking, he should have said, "I'm speaking. Sound familiar?" Now, as I was saying, in Springfield, Ohio,
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
they should have turned the party lights on, you know what I'm saying? That would have been hilarious. Oh, man. All right, let's go.
Explains.
Growing fear in Springfield, Ohio.
Parents are coming to get their kids because they feel worried or they feel like their kids are unsafe here with the bomb threats.
2 local universities closing their campuses with classes going remote after the schools say they received emails making threats of a bomb and a potential shooting on the campuses. At least one of those emails targeting Haitians in the community. A spokesman for Springfield, a city about 40 miles west of Columbus, says bomb threats have targeted the mayor's house and city hall. The mayor says he believes those threats are directly connected to the baseless claims that Haitian migrants were abducting pets in Springfield in order to eat them. City and state officials say there is no
Here, look, so this is the reason for according to the people in Springfield, this is the reason. This right here is the reason why they're having all of this threatened violence. Because somebody was up there saying this.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
Hey, man, they need to get Manny Fresh and Juvenile on that. If y'all agree they need to get Manny Fresh and Juvenile on that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. They definitely need to get Manny Fresh, Crime Mob, and them franchise boys on that cut right there. You know what I'm saying?
no evidence this is happening.
I think these discussions about Haitians eating dogs and cats and other things needs to stop.
They're eating the pets.
The claim amplified by former president.
Hey, look at Kamala Harris' face.
Eating dogs and cats and other things needs to stop.
They're eating the pets.
Look at Kamala Harris' face.
The claim amplified by former President Trump at the ABC News debate and his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, who condemns threats of violence while denying his rhetoric caused them.
Do you denounce the bomb threats in Springfield, Ohio?
I don't know what happened with the bomb threats. I know that it's been taken over by illegal migrants.
If I have to create stories.
Now we're gonna go over this because this JD Vance JD Vance versus Dana Bash debate on CNN went viral. So we're gonna take a look at that at some point. All right.
So that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do.
You just said that this is a story that you created. So the eating dogs and cats thing is not.
We are creating. Dana, it comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it.
Meanwhile, Trump reportedly plans to visit Springfield, Ohio soon as the Haitian community vows to come together.
We are Haitian. We are who we are. Strong
strong. That's the word that best describes Haitian.
Governor Mike DeWine says there are challenges, including housing and health care, with the number of immigrants moving to Springfield, but that they are there legally and want to work. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
All right, so there's that. All right. So now next, what we're gonna do, speaking of quote unquote, the island of Hispaniola, we're gonna talk about some situation that occurred involving a illegal migrant from the Dominican Republic. All right. So let's take a listen to this here. All right. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Hold on. All right. What I'm going to have to do is pull this up. All right, you guys, give me 2 seconds. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share this stream to your social media. All right. It says illegal migrant wanted for murder in his home country, arrested for killing family of 4. How many people heard about this? If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about this, then give me a thumbs down.
First impacted how some feel about that.
Just
Knapp Avenue is known to be a family neighborhood, but neighbors tell me what happened on August 31st impacted how some feel about that.
just having a hard time, believing that this great kid that I knew and loved, for that matter, him and his family being killed this way was it's unacceptable.
Tim Lucy has been a friend of Fryme Ubaldo for nearly 8 years. Ubaldo worked for Lucy. Residents up and down Knapp Avenue declined to talk with us, saying they were afraid after hearing how the family died.
It became reality because they had a nice large body poster picture of Fry at the front with his little kids. So I think that's when it really hit me that it was real.
Hearing the name of the person accused of murdering his friend and his family was unsettling.
Actually, my boss sent it to me this morning, and I opened it up and I got chills.
The suspect's name, one that's unfamiliar to Lucy.
Relieved, but yet kind of scary, on who this person was and how he got here. Just a scary thought.
Lucy recalls the memories the pair has made together since first becoming friends.
He was kind of my go-to kid. I watched him grow and develop. He's been at my house numerous times. My wife loved him. Kids knew him. It's a tough loss for everybody.
The memorial outside the Irondequoit home continues to grow. Neighbors saying they will forever remember the family that lived on Knapp Avenue.
34-year-old Julio Cesar Pimentel Soriano of the Dominican Republic is charged with second-degree murder in the deaths of 30-year-old Fryme Ubaldo, 26-year-old Marangeli Moreno Santiago, and their children, 4-year-old Evangeline and 2-year-old Sebastian. A crime that shocked the community.
It seems like this family was very well liked and very active in their community. So obviously my condolences go out to their family, friends, and their neighbors who had to suffer through this.
According to the felony complaint, Soriano is accused of using a sharp object to fatally stab each victim in the neck and chest multiple times. Their bodies discovered during a fire at their Knapp Avenue home on August 31st.
Obviously, the allegations are troubling. They're difficult to deal with. They're difficult to see.
Police now trying to locate other individuals in connection to the deaths.
We do believe that there is at least one other actor that Irondequoit Police is currently looking for. At this point, I can tell you that it does appear that he does have ties to this community in addition to ties to countries abroad.
Investigators say the suspect, who also went by the name Rafael Jose Vargas, is originally from the Dominican Republic and is allegedly wanted in that country for a 2019 murder. The DA's office.
So now you got to ask the question, how did somebody like that get into the United States? How did somebody like that pass the vetting to get here? Now, let me ask you guys this. If an individual like that committed that type of crime in their host country, why would we assume that that individual would not do the same kind of thing here in the United States? Isn't that kind of naive? And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 24 people watching and we got 17 likes. Let's try to get the likes to 40. We need 7 more to get to the 1 and 1. All right.
Office could not confirm those details.
Shout out to
Police
Black
say it
Bitcoin
appears
Key. What's good with it,
Soriano
bro?
entered Puerto Rico to obtain fraudulent New York State ID.
Shout out to Lunch. What's good with it?
Travel to the United States.
At this point, I can't tell you if he's here legally, illegally, or how long he's been here.
Duckles tells me the relationships of everyone involved is still under investigation.
I think that the community, the direct community in that neighborhood should be rest assured that, I don't think that this was something random that happened. I can tell you that I do think that there is a motive, though what that motive is, we're still looking into, and I can't tell you what that is at this point in time.
All right, so there's that. All right, so kind of crazy. And again, now that's not a Venezuelan migrant, right? But you know, it's a migrant from the Dominican Republic, next door neighbors to Haiti. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man Michael R, because there was a video that I posted, and the video that I posted was asking a question about uninsured motorist insurance for migrants. And there's a reason why I've been harping on that, right? One of the reasons why I've been harping on that is because I don't understand how you're going to give migrants, illegal migrants, a driver's license. We don't have any documents on them. How are they then going to qualify for auto insurance? That's going to raise the premiums for other drivers. Now what we see are massive amounts of car accidents. Remember how people used to say certain people would be driving kind of weird, looking all weird while they was driving? Well, here goes the culmination of all that. This is an article from September 12th. Influx of wild driving Haitian migrants turning streets of Springfield, Ohio into combat zone. It's like Road Blaster. 8 to 10 car accidents a day here. I don't know what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? 8 to 10 car accidents a day, and people are dying from these car accidents. So while this advertisement is playing, if you guys haven't hit the like button yet, take a moment, hit that like button. We're going to check out this video that they have, and then we're going to go into the article. All right, so let's see what they're talking about right here.
Everyone is talking about the death of ducks and cats in this town, but I'd like to talk about the death of one very special person, my mother-in-law, Kathy Heaton. On December 1st, I received a phone call that changed my life forever. She was collecting her trash can from her driveway when a car struck and killed her instantly. A task she had done over 2,000 times, spanning 4 decades in Springfield. That morning, though, a Haitian immigrant was allegedly driving recklessly when he struck and killed her. I say allegedly because to this day, there's been no punishment, not even for the expired tags on the vehicle he was driving.
So that's that's crazy. That's crazy to begin with, right? So and again, this is the reason why, because with the car insurance and stuff like that, like you can quantify this kind of stuff. They can't say that, oh, you're talking about misinformation. But see, the problem is that they can create the misinformation if they don't do any type of punishments, because the paperwork with the punishments would be the validating documentation that would tie these things to facts. So if we're not going to report on this, if we're going to say that these things didn't happen, yada, 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 if we do things like that, then we can say, well, there's no record of any of this. So it's just mis or disinformation. Makes it very difficult to prove a case, which is the point. Nothing has happened, and this unfortunate woman here ended up getting deleted as a result of this reckless driving. But now, mind you, if you get caught without having insurance, but you got a license and everything, you can go to jail. Your car can get impounded. You have points added to your license. How they adding points to these people's license? What's up with the insurance? If you don't pay a speeding ticket, you can go to jail.
Everyone is talking about the death of ducks and cats in this town, but I'd like to talk about the death of one very special person, my mother-in-law, Kathy Heaton. On December 1st, I received a phone call that changed my life forever. She was collecting her trash can from her driveway when a car struck and killed her instantly. A task she had done over 2,000 times, spanning 4 decades in Springfield. That morning, though, a Haitian immigrant was allegedly driving recklessly when he struck and killed her. I say allegedly because to this day, there's been no punishment, not even for the expired tags on the vehicle he was driving. Months before she was killed, I began noticing the reckless driving and complete disregard for our driving laws by some members of the Haitian community. It made me angry. But now my anger has turned to fear for the safety of my family and the citizens of Springfield.
They have not been acclimated to the laws, the rights, the responsibilities associated with being an American.
Now, here go my question. Okay, so I live in Ohio. I know how the Ohio driver's test goes. I don't know how these individuals didn't get a driver's test. They're supposed to go to the BMV. They take a written portion and they take an active portion, and then they get a vision test. So if they've passed the driver's test, they need to be subject to law enforcement. Would you guys, if you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
American citizen, an Ohioan or a resident of Springfield, especially when it comes to the rules and regulations of operating a motor vehicle. While I appreciate the efforts that the Ohio State Patrol and the governor has announced today, we have seen countless incidents in our area of vehicle crashes involving, unfortunately, people of Haitian descent.
So now we got to ask this question, right? Because this is, I think it's worth asking. How are these people getting driver's licenses if they can't drive? Who's giving these people driver's licenses if they're not showing a competency in the ability to be able to drive? Does that make any sense? Why would they get a license? So then if they're increasing the amounts of accidents in this given area, and there's a likelihood of a different type of accident, in theory, that should change the underwriting formula that determines the monthly premium and the payouts of the various insurance policies. And if there's an increased risk, which clearly there is, then that means that the premium should increase. And the premium should absolutely increase for these type of drivers. That would make sense, right? If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up. If it don't make sense, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says, forget about the ducks and geese allegedly disappearing from public parks in this beleaguered city. Residents say the biggest problem, all right, the biggest problem by far is that wild driving Haitian migrants unfamiliar with U.S. road laws are turning the streets into combat zones. And that's not, those two things can't exist in the same sentence. If they were administered a driving test and passed the driving test, what that means is that they are competent in the laws and are making the choice to not abide by them. That is what that means. If you guys would agree, that's what that means, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, that's not what that means, then give me a thumbs down. Okay? And the results can be deadly. The family of Springfield grandma Kathy Heaton experienced this firsthand on December 1st, a day after her 71st birthday. So she ended up this happening to her after her 71st birthday, a day after her birthday, when a Haitian migrant ran her down as she was collecting garbage cans. So they went all up on the curb and everything. You know what I'm saying? And the driver got off scot-free, which is wild. It was around 5:40 in the morning, and the trash had come early that day, and we think that's probably what woke her up. Kathy's daughter-in-law, Mandy Heaton, said to the Post. She was a like-to-keep-busy type of woman. Kathy was struck so violently that both of her socks were left behind on the pavement as her body was thrown across the street. That's wild. Debris littered the roadway. Clumps of her hair were found in the car's cracked windshield, according to the police report. What was going on? But 3 days later, look at this. prosecutors decided that the driver of the car that hit her, 38-year-old Robinson Lewis, wouldn't face charges, even though Mandy said he was driving with expired license plates. Why is this dude not facing any charges? Why is he not facing any charges? Shout out to Jay. What's good with it, bro? They didn't feel that it was anything prosecutable, which is crazy. You will get hit. You will get prosecuted if you're a citizen for hitting a deer. You know what I'm saying? We don't know why. The only facts I know are that two prosecutors met and felt that there were no charges to be filed. We were devastated, Mandy said. This shit. What do you guys think? I do not think that this man woke up that morning and set out his day with the intention on harming someone, but the fact was that he did, she added. Yeah. Lewis declined to comment on the accident when contacted by the Post. Mandy and countless other Springfield residents feel the problem is in the roughly, quote unquote, 20,000 Haitian migrants who have flooded into the city of just 60,000 people in just a few years. Longtime residents say the immigrants are getting temporary driving permits, which if you get temps, even if you get temps, that means that you have to drive with a licensed driver in the car. So having temps is not an excuse to just be driving all crazy. You have to have somebody that has a driver's license in the car with you. You know what I'm saying? And they just getting temps. This is not an excuse right here. In the state of Ohio, if you get a temporary ID only allows you to drive with another driver in the vehicle with you, if I'm not mistaken, and they got to be in the passenger seat. I don't know how it is for other states, but I can tell you for Ohio, that's how it is. Fact, shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, you can delete a bald eagle, and that's your ass, Mr. Postman. But this person can delete a person and no punishment. Bro, you going to federal prison if you delete a praying mantis. Or if they catch you, I think that lightning bugs got protection against them now because they going extinct. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says there must be 8 to 10 accidents a day here. One resident said, who asked not to be named, told the Post. I've seen cars drive up into buildings and onto sidewalks. I believe everyone deserves help, but we shouldn't be providing car licenses until people know how to drive here safely. These people driving like they sniffed some cocaine and drank a whole bottle of Tito's and then just decided to get behind the wheel and not getting prosecuted for it. This is that ratchet type of accident where like you've done all type of designer drugs and you just live in the wildlife, just driving through the houses and stuff. Like what kind of, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? On social media, residents have posted alarming footage showing cars in ditches, smashed up at intersections, flying across the road into incoming traffic, and even crashed through the homes and businesses. That's crazy. Such accounts line up with what Mandy and her family say they're seeing on a regular basis. I wouldn't drive down there, man. I'm not driving down there. I'm not even walking on the sidewalk down there. I'm not even going down there. I didn't know it was all crazy like this with these cars driving and stuff like that. I had told y'all I was about to go down there and try to get some footage. Man, I just react to the videos. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not driving down there for somebody to fly up off the road like a doggone Stunnicon and go right through my windshield with a car. Man, yeah, right. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that quality control. I'm on that quality control. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? On social media, residents have posted alarming footage showing cars in ditches, looking like the Walking Dead intro, smashed up at intersections like post-apocalyptic Atlanta after the zombie virus got out, flying across the road into oncoming traffic, and even crashed through homes and businesses. Man, you got me all the way messed up. Such accounts line up with what Mindy and her family said they're seeing on a regular basis and has left them constantly stressed and anxious to do things as basic as walk through a parking lot, let alone going for a drive with her young twins. Yeah, you got me bent. Haitians are going the wrong way down one-way streets, making unlawful U-turns in the middle of the roadways, damaging property by driving recklessly. There's been some street signs taken out, and people have had their garages wrecked, she said. Yo, that's crazy. They're thrown into a situation when they're given a license with minimal education and training on our laws here. That's not how it's supposed to be. I don't know why they're doing that. The BMV should not be doing that. The BMV should not be doing that. The BMV should be issuing temporary driver's license that should have a limited amount of time on them. At the end of that limited amount of time or before, you need to be testing for your driver's test. And if you fail for your driver's test, you get the designated amount of retest before you have to take the course again and try again. Because there's a course that you got to take too. You know what I'm saying? There's a course that you got to take too. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on here. But this is not. I remember when I had to take my driver's ed class and all that. That's not what happened when I took a driver's license test. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, there's a area where we got some migrants at, but they're Asian migrants. We got a lot of Nepalese people, you know what I'm saying, in particular areas by me. And I haven't heard of this, you know what I'm saying, this stunt driving going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what this is something different, and this is something new that they got going on in Springfield. You know what I'm saying? And also with the state of Ohio, you gotta have an e-check as well. So I mean, if these people driving crazy like this, they probably, I don't know. A lot of times, I don't know how they be getting the money, but a lot of these people be having brand new cars. But if they got hoopties, if your hoopty don't pass the e-check, you ain't driving. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do a e-check every other year here in Ohio. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. We got all kind of EPA regulations on driving and stuff like that. I don't know how all this is going on. They got something different going on down there in Springfield. You know what I'm saying? The Springfield people need to say something about it as far as the government officials, because what they got going on ain't like that in Northeast Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And in Northeast Ohio, they'll lock you up over a ticket. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says her mother-in-law has not been the only fatality involving a Haitian driver. All right. In August of 2023, 11-year-old Aiden Clark was deleted when 36-year-old Haitian driving without a U.S. license caused a school bus he was riding to roll over, crushing him in aftermath. I'm not trying to be funny, man, but like, why is these accidents involving these people here in Springfield, Ohio, like, why is it so dramatic? I mean, it's like a action movie scene. The bus rolled all over, cars all upside down in ditches. Like, what's really going on? Why is it so wild like that? Why is it just not like just, you know, sometimes car accidents don't really be fatal all like that. You know, you might be a little rear end, you pull up too close to somebody at a stoplight or something like that. Nah, not these car accidents. These are the type of car accidents where somebody get hit and the car blow up and nobody survives. Somebody burnt alive inside of the car. Like, what are you doing? How do you even get in car accidents like that? They getting into like Fast and the Furious type car accidents. Like, what is really going on out here? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody watching. We hit the 1-to-1. Everybody throw some 100s in the chat. We got 26 people watching and 23 likes. Let's try to get the likes to 50. So it says at least 20 other kids were hospitalized. So as a result of this school bus issue that deleted this young boy, 20 other kids got hospitalized. Like it's like all kind of like, this is stunt action stuff right here. Like, the driving problem has attracted such attention that Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announced this week that in addition to $2.5 million in aid, he would be sending additional state highway patrol troopers to Springfield to help maintain order on the roads. On Tuesday, Mandy and her husband, well, here go the thing. Just having highway patrol ain't gonna do nothing if they not like highway patrol ain't the people that prosecute people. The prosecutors actually have to be instructed. Yo, when somebody is in the backseat of the car or they using their feet to drive and all of a sudden like they drive through 5 buildings and roll over and hit a school bus and knock the school bus flying into an airplane, you need to prosecute that person. Right? I mean, like, that's kind of extreme. It's kind of common sense. So it don't matter. You can have 10 highway patrol officers on the street. They could issue, 30 tickets. And if the prosecutors be like, we're not going to charge this person, That's what matters. It got to actually get put into court. They got to actually prosecute them. So just having volume, large amounts of highway patrol people is not going to do anything. If you ask me, the prosecutors got to be instructed. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says on Tuesday, Mandy and her husband, Chris, gave an emotional testimony in the Springfield City Commission asking lawmakers to pass, quote unquote, Kathy's Law, which would require all immigrants seeking an Ohio driver's license to go through the same tests and regulations required of first-time American drivers. Why are they not? Why are they not? Like, why are they not? Does it make sense? Like, we don't even know. And again, this is no knock on people coming from other countries, but we don't know, you know what I'm saying? If English is even their first language. So if English is not their first language, they're not going to be able to read the street signs. They're not going to be able to read what's inside the car. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to read the gauges. They're not going to be able to read none of that. Street names, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. We will push to enforce the same restrictions that my 7-year-old twins who lost their grandmother that night will have to follow when they seek to obtain a license, her husband said. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why they're giving these people driver's license. Like I said, it's real. You got to do a lot of stuff to get a driver's license, at least here in Ohio. So I don't understand why they just giving these licenses away. Ohio driver's license. It says on Tuesday, Mandy and her husband, Chris, gave an emotional testimony to the Springfield City Commission asking lawmakers to pass Kathy's Law, which would require all immigrants to seek an Ohio driver's license to go through the same tests and regulations required of first-time American drivers. Why are they not? As a matter of fact, they should be put through more stringent criteria to get a driver's license than American drivers, because you haven't been here and you're learning this stuff at an older age. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says Springfield was pulled into the spotlight this week after claims that Haitian migrants were killing local cats, ducks, and geese for food went viral, and they were amplified by vice presidential candidate and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, who said his office had been inundated with reports. Local officials denied that there was anything of the sort happening, and what they said was that there's no evidence, all right, which is different than denying. But an August police report claiming 4 Haitians were spotted snatching geese from a local park was obtained by the Federalist on Wednesday. All right, so apparently they got a police report. So we will be looking at that police report at some point. Okay. And I did not tell you guys, probably at some point later on, shady stuff will start coming out. And here it comes. We're in the realm of that time period of shady stuff starting to come out. So now here it says the city's manager told the Post that the report was unsubstantiated. The claims went mainstream Tuesday night when Donald Trump brought them up at the presidential debate. Okay. And when he brought them up at the presidential debate, it went something like this.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
So you know, when you say something like that, you know what I'm saying? When you say something like that and you put it over a beat, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna go viral. In fact, shout out to Shatera. Shatera said there's been some claims of some ducks and some geese too. It's a viral video on YouTube going around where there is a dude that's talking about the allegations of quote unquote these geese. All right. So yeah, they playing duck, duck, goose, but in a different way down there. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing the duck, duck, goose the way that we was taught how to play it when we was young. They got some other type of duck, duck, goose going on, some imported style of duck, duck, goose. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they wanted to go to get some duck sauce, all they got to do is go to hibachi. You know what I'm saying? It's hibachis all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think they doing it different, you know? So now here it says, in Springfield, they're eating the dogs, allegedly. the people that came in, they're eating the cats, allegedly. They're eating the pets of people that live there. And this is what is happening in our country. And it's a shame, he said, as the debate moderator insisted that the city denied all the claims. Neither the Clark County prosecutors nor the Ohio State Highway Patrol responded to requests for comments. Now, I'll tell you something about the punk-ass Ohio State Highway Patrol, those punk-ass silver Dodge Charger driving motherfuckers. They can get anybody else driving a ticket. And when the State Highway Patrol pull you over, they pull you over and they charge more than a regular police officer. And I'm telling you, go drive down any major highway in Ohio, 71, 271, 480, 77, you know what I'm saying, 680, 80, 90. Go down any major highway in Ohio, and them bitch-ass motherfuckers got somebody pulled over all the damn time. And I guarantee you most of the people that they got pulled over are not these stunticons. You know what I'm saying? So now and of course they didn't have nothing to say probably because Ohio State Highway Patrol bitch-ass is always working overtime. The Springfield Sheriff Office also did not respond to requests for information about reports of accidents involving Haitian immigrants. And that's probably because they got them down at the municipal courts prosecuting the shit out of everybody that's actually Ohio citizens, because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And that is what they do. And if y'all don't believe me, one of these days I'll prove it to you. You know what I'm saying? So now, next what we about to do is we about to take a look at what's going on in PA. Because how many people knew, and I've talked about this on this channel, is some of the earlier live streams and some of the earlier videos, but they also have a covert, quote unquote, migrant operation going on in Pennsylvania. If you guys heard about the quote unquote covert migrant operation that's going on in Pennsylvania, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not, then give me a thumbs down. We're going to take a listen to what they're saying.
And joins us now. Rob, thanks for being with us. So good morning, Will. You've got this school. We've seen the pictures of the building, by the way. Beautiful school, 1895, I believe it was built. And tell me about the plans they tried to put in place to bring in migrants to shelter in the school.
Yeah, so there was a plan by an LLC who came and approached our local government. In Pennsylvania, land use is a municipal issue. So our municipal leaders were approached by this LLC that appears to work with the federal government, and they intended to house hundreds of migrants, termed in the letter refugees, in these old buildings. It's a campus of over 150 acres and 70 buildings right in the middle of our community, our township, and really something that has historical significance as well. And so fortunately, our township supervisors have handled it well to this point, and they have said it's not permitted in our zoning and our land use, but this is the kind of thing they would like to do it under the radar. But this time we found out about it.
Well, let's put it into context. How big
Shout out to everybody that's watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We still at 1-1, so throw them 100s in the chat. We got 25 people watching and we got 26 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button. Let's try to get to that 50. That would be great.
Your town, this township, this rural area of Pennsylvania.
So the township that this would be sited in is about 18,000 people. The overarching area called Chambersburg, which includes about 4 municipalities and a few more, is about 70,000.
Okay. So now imagine this, right? In this little area that they're talking about here, they said it's about 17,000 people, 18,000 people. If they had got that Haitian migrant influx, the Haitian migrants would then be the majority of the people in that given area. Just think about that. That's how quickly population demographics can change when there's quantitative easing on the population numbers.
Okay. Either way, small community, 18 or 70,000. And then hundreds of migrants. Any idea where they would have come from?
No, it was very vague. We're still learning more information, getting more information from folks on the federal level. We've been working closely with Congressman John Joyce, who is our representative in Washington, D.C., just trying to figure out what happens in these scenarios. So we have very few details, which I think is what they like. Right. That's what they would like to do. You know, towns don't find out about it until they're embroiled, usually in the controversy and the mess that it's created.
And then let's talk about really quickly the logistics of how this happens. I know you said it's an LLC and it was in partnership, which is a form of a corporation. I'm assuming it's some type of nonprofit in partnership with the federal government to bring these in, and I can tell no real details, and I would assume no coordination with the local community.
Correct. Yes, there was very little communication or any coordination. Simply a vague request from this LLC. I believe it was USA Upstars, something of that nature. And, it is owned by another LLC that we don't know or believe there's any affiliation, but it's something that communities need to be hyper aware of in this environment across our country. Because if you don't want to end up like Springfield, Ohio, or Aurora, Colorado, or a place like that, you've got to be vigilant in protecting what you have in your communities across this land.
And I think that's the overarching point is it whether or not it's your township or Springfield, Ohio, this is happening and can happen in small towns all across America who ought to have a say in their own community. We appreciate you being with us this morning and helping us understand this issue. Thank you so much.
Now, I want you guys to pay very close attention to how these two dudes said the quiet part out loud. They believe that people in the quote unquote small towns should have a say in what goes on in their community. They don't feel that people like you and I should have a say in what goes on in our community. That's what was silently implied. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. We can do whatever we want to other people's communities, right? But our communities, we need to make sure that we have full say and full autonomy over. Now, whatever you do and whoever you dump in those black neighborhoods, those are our dumpsters anyway. That's what they're saying. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. And that inherent attitude of arrogance and just disgusting, non-hand washing, disease-ridden, perpetual, grandiose complexity thought is one of the reasons why I could never get behind anything any of them got going on over there as far as politically goes. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down, because that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. And again, if there's no evidence of that, the evidence of that is that none of this was an issue. It was only an issue for display. It was only Fox News fodder. Nothing happened on the presidential side of this except for Trump when he mentioned it at the debate. And Trump at the debate literally said, I'm skipping Chicago, I'm skipping New York, I'm skipping Buffalo, I'm skipping St. Louis, I'm skipping Detroit, I'm skipping anywhere where there's a bunch of black Americans, and I'm going to take care of Aurora, Colorado, and I'm going to take care of Springfield, Ohio first. That's what he said. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
An Alabama City Council meeting was shut down after residents voiced their concerns over a recent influx of Haitian migrants.
There is no way the State Department can vet these individuals.
We're done, and I'm gonna ask this. Please let him talk. You gotta shut up. Okay, I'm gonna ask all of you to leave because this meeting is over.
Here to react, David Phillips, who was at that meeting, and an Alabama Republican mayoral candidate for that town, Brian Taunton. Welcome to you both.
So now, here goes my question. Did you guys hear that? So let me ask you guys this question. Let's see how good you guys were paying attention to. What state is this in? Where's this right here? This ain't Springfield. This ain't Colorado. This ain't New York. This ain't Chicago. You can clearly tell it ain't Chicago with Santa Claus sitting right there. This is one that y'all might not have heard about yet. Shout out to Shatera. Shatera said, yes, we having issues in Georgia as well. We have some questions. We got questions. All right, I'm going to run it back. Pay very close attention.
An Alabama City Council meeting was shut down after residents voiced their concerns over a recent influx of Haitian migrants.
There's no way the State Department can vet these individuals.
Now, here's my question for you guys. How many people heard about the Alabama migrant crisis, where there's been an influx of quote-unquote Haitian migrants to areas in Alabama? If you guys have heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not heard about that, then give me a thumbs down.
An Alabama City Council meeting was shut down after residents voiced their concerns over a recent influx of Haitian migrants.
There's no way the State Department can vet these
We're
individuals.
done, and I'm gonna ask this. Please let him talk. You gotta shut up. Very specific. Okay, I'm gonna ask all of you to leave because this meeting is over.
Here to react, David Phillips, who was at that meeting, and an Alabama Republican mayoral candidate for that town, Brian Taunton. Welcome to you both, fellas. Philip, let me start with you. You're the guy who was at that podium. You were asking questions about what's going on in town to your city council, who should be responsive to you. Why'd they cut your mic?
That's what I was wondering at the time. That was the.
So I want you guys to pay very close attention, right? Because as you can see here, what they're saying here is that this guy was at the city council meeting and he was about to voice his concerns and they cut his mic. Now, do you guys remember when the city council meetings were getting heated in Chicago, Illinois? What did they do in Chicago?
Section of the meeting that's open to public comment. So when I stepped to the mic, I had a few questions for them and they basically shut it down, excuse me, before I could even voice really any of the questions that I had. I think it was more of the fact that they really didn't want to give the answers more than they didn't have the answers.
Okay.
As I mentioned in other statements, that's the whole point that the podium and the mic are there, is so the public can, ask the questions they have.
That's why the city council has a job to answer questions that people in the city have. Brian, tell us about what's going on. You've got a small town there and you've got a potential problem, it sounds like, with migrants coming in. What's going on?
Well, we do have a problem, but
that dude looks like an actual garden gnome. If you guys agree that he looks like an actual garden gnome, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and you don't think that he looks like a actual garden gnome, well then say you're hallucinating, you're crazy.
first, I'd like to say thank you for having us here this morning to discuss this, but the problem is much bigger than we are. We're a small town of 12,000 people. And while I appreciate Dave's comment, the bottom line is
what happened to tried in a small town? It looks like it looks like small towns are getting tried in every way, shape, or form, and not much is really happening as far as the trials and tribulations that are going through these small towns. I think that like, I don't know, man, maybe like Jason Aldean should go and help them. What do you guys think? If you guys think that Jason Aldean should go and help these small towns after putting the focus on tried in a small town, and now these small towns are getting tried all over the place and nothing really spectacular is getting done, then let me know in the comment section.
We're not equipped to deal with this. Our city council and small town governments across the U.S. are not equipped to deal with this problem. Dave shouldn't have even had to be at that meeting.
Jason Aldean said that small towns are equipped to deal with all problems in the United States, especially black problems. So, I mean, this according to Jason Aldean, this is the type of problem that these small towns are perfectly primed and prepared for. Would you guys, if you guys would agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Kind of seems like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe so, maybe no. I don't know.
To have this discussion. Our city council is not prepared to have this kind of discussion. We've all been caught flat-footed on this. And bottom line is this falls back on a failed immigration policy of the Biden-Harris administration and the failures of Alejandro Mayorkas and Homeland Security. We should not be dealing with these issues, but we're being forced to, and we simply do not have the infrastructure to support them. And this is what Dave and others in our city are afraid of. These people have not been properly vetted, and they very well, I believe they are wonderful people, but many have been simply recruited into the United States by outside sources, and that comes with some major issues. But like I said, we look at what's happening in America, and we don't have the resources. We're already stretched out as a small community.
Yeah, and you're asking questions that anyone would ask in their town. Things have changed. Yes. Why have they changed? Are we safe? What are you doing about it, City Council? You think you're right. It's probably much more of a national issue than it is that particular city council in your town, Alabama. We got to leave it there. Brian and David, thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
All right, so there's that. All right, so now, again, is all over the place. So now the thing is that we're playing a guessing game here, right? We're playing a guessing game of where is the migrant crisis going to strike next. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you guys this real quick. All right. Hold on real quick. So there is a article that was published by ABC News 3340. All right. see something real quick. Pull this up real quick for y'all. See what it says there on the headline there? Residents, state leaders seek answers about Haitian immigrants in Talladega County. All right. So let's see what they're talking about real quick.
We ain't got jobs here for them and really ain't got housing here for them.
Some people in Sylacauga have concerns about the Haitians in their small town and how they are being brought here.
Okay, so again, a specific population of migrants, Haitians, going into this place in Alabama. Okay? Not too many people are talking about the effects of the migrant crisis in Alabama. Okay?
We ain't got jobs here for them and really ain't got housing here for them.
Some people in Sylacauga have concerns about the Haitians in their small town and how they are being brought here.
Stop giving them money and not my taxpayer money. I mean, if anybody deserves it, it's our veterans and, it's people on the streets.
I don't have anything against them. To me, it's all in God's hands. But I know that our little town has, a lot of people that need shelter and people that, hungry out here.
People would like more transparency.
I just think, we all need to know what's going on around here.
State Representative Ben Robbins says the largest population of Haitians in Talladega County are in Sylacauga. It's unknown how many.
Because we do not know.
How is it? Look, this is what I'm saying. How are they not keeping track of these numbers? How they don't know how many people is there? Think about that. Yeah, and I got to agree. If you guys agree with Shatira, they know. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree with Shatira and you, nah, Rob, you being too hard on them. They don't know. Then give me a thumbs down. If you ask me, they absolutely know. They absolutely know. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. We got 27 people watching and we got 26 likes. So we still on the one to one. Throw them 100s in the chat.
How many people are here? You can't definitively say how all of them got here. Some might have come by a federal program. Some might have come by a van load and the promise of work. Some might have driven their car here because their cousin was here. So it is.
Nobody drove their car here from Haiti. That didn't happen. How many people agree? No one drove their car here from Haiti. That absolutely did not happen. There's a 100% chance that didn't happen. No one drove their car from Haiti to the United States.
More transparency.
I just think, we all need to know what's going on around here.
State Representative Ben Robbins says the largest population of Haitians in Talladega County are.
Now, and shout out to Carlton, because Carlton brings up a good point that I want to actually touch on there. Carlton says they sound like, and they do. But you know what's interesting about it? Why is it that white people don't call these people and how they talk ignorant? It's an accent when they talk like that. And most of our speech derives from that accent. So anytime white people complain about Ebonics, you're complaining about the way that you talk. Listen to how you talk in this video about Alabama. If you guys agree and that's factual information, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and it's not factual information, give me a thumbs down. I saw some videos where they were talking about Tyreek Hill and saying how ignorant Tyreek Hill sounds. Tyreek Hill sounds just like this lady. This lady sounds just like Hawk Tuah Girl. But this lady and Hawk Tuah Girl ain't ignorant, but Tyreek Hill is. Nah, listen, anytime y'all hear us and you upset about how we sound, go talk to your relatives in the South.
In Sylacauga, it's unknown how many.
Because we do not know how many people are here, you can't definitively say how all of them got here. Some might have come by a federal program. Some might have come by a van load in the promise of work. Some might have driven their car here because their cousin.
Who promised them work and whose van? What's the license plate number on that van? What's the VIN number of that van? What corporation sent that van somewhere? Now, you know what's interesting about this? And speaking of like the way that lady talks, that's one of the only things that Thomas Sowell was ever accurate about. But what's interesting about it is that all the Thomas Sowell lovers never talk about that. Why do you guys think that that is?
Was here. So it is probably a mixture of a lot of things. But because we have no way of monitoring, we have no way of answering that question.
Robbins sent a letter to
Okay, so now here's the obvious question. How do you have no way of monitoring? Let's wait a minute. Hold on real quick. Right? Like Piers Morgan says, hold on. Hold on. How do you have no way of monitoring? Does that make any sense? If that doesn't make sense, give me a thumbs up. If it does make sense, give me a thumbs down and let me know how and why that makes sense.
the Secretary of Homeland Security demanding answers.
I think we as a community are entitled to answers as to these basic questions on where people working, why do they get here, how are they being supported.
Robbins says it's unfair to the community that doesn't have the resources and in turn is unfair to the immigrants too.
Why would you bring them to a community that does not have available jobs and does not have Creole speaking support systems? Why or how are you allowing this to happen? If you are not directly allowing it, you are indirectly allowing it.
I mean, I think that those are good questions. I think that those are good questions. The only problem is that we're just not going to get any answers to them. We're not going to get answers to those questions. Do you guys notice that when it comes to a lot of the basic questions in regards to a lot of this stuff, you just don't get answers? That's just how it goes. You just don't get answers. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Alabama City Council meeting comes to abrupt close after questions about Haitian immigrants. So if you ask questions, meeting over. If you ask any questions, the meeting is over. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says a Salacuga. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Salacuga County, or I'm sorry, a Salacuga City Council meeting was cut short after only 20 minutes on Thursday following questions from several residents about recent Haitian immigration to the area. Now, my question would be, how recent? How recent? A time frame would be nice, right? Council President Tiffany Nix brought the meeting to a close after several residents asked questions about how the city knew workers were coming there. Or I'm sorry, how the city knew workers coming there were legal immigrants who had determined this and what effect they were having on crime and housing. Okay. After 3 residents asked questions during the meeting, Nix brought it to a close. I'm going to cut it off, she said. Okay. One resident saying she was concerned asked who is heading up watching over this situation. Councilman Ashton Fowler said the first he was aware of immigrants in Salacuga was when he saw them at church. He knows people are concerned, but immigrants can't be watched as though they have committed a criminal act. We found out when everybody found out, Fowler said. The first time I saw them, they came in our church. They wanted to come to Sunday school and church with us. That's the first time I knew they were in town. And then there were 3. Then there was 6. Then there was 8. He sounded like it's an infestation. The ones at the church with me are great people. They wanted to come to church and haven't asked for a thing, worship and go home. Another resident asked why council members had not attempted to learn where immigrant workers are coming from on buses. All right. So there's apparently there's rumors of some bus, some type of transit, some type of transport that's sending people from place to place. Okay. Nix asked if anyone had actually seen anyone bust into the town. From a video of the meeting, it did not appear anyone said they had. I also went by where they're living, and some of them, and they're just sitting around here not working, the resident asked. They supposedly came here to work, someone pointed out. Someone pointed out people work night shifts. Yeah, just like you guys know how that is. You know what I'm saying? You guys see it anytime you go live on YouTube. Somebody will tell you to go get a job as if they're watching you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If they are, you know what I'm saying, we need to find out how they're surveilling us. You know what I'm saying? Break the surveillance device, use it in court as we sue these people for evading our privacy. You know what I'm saying? And get them for all their money that they got. Shout out to Carlton Way. Carlton Way said, was it the same bus that BLM and the Proud Boys was on together? Hey, it might be. They say that it's one person that pays for that kind of stuff, and his name begins with a letter. You know what I'm saying? That looks like a snake. I want to welcome everyone. Or I'm sorry, I want to welcome anyone to Salakuga that wants to come to Salakuga. Nick said, if you're here stimulating our economy, thank you. Now, again, crime stimulates economy, right? War stimulates economy, right? So, okay. That's how I feel about it. If people aren't breaking the law, they're not causing any problems. What about if they broke the law to enter the country? Does that count? I don't see what the issue is. The issue is that people are going to be people. That's what the issue is. And if you ask me, anytime there's a change in environment, it makes people uncomfortable, and people always will have questions. And the best way, if you ask me, the best way to keep people from being uncomfortable is to have some degree of transparency. The problem is that most of these places, they lie and they're not transparent. Would you guys agree? If you guys would agree, give me
I have a couple questions about the legal immigrants that we have come to our city. I would like to know how they were vetted, and I got a couple of questions about that. How they were vetted. Was everyone vetted? Where were they located? It's said that they have work visas, but the work visas show that the company that they work for is not it's not a factory that we have here. So that's one of my concerns. Who is heading up, watching over this situation? What information can you give me about this situation? I'm just concerned.
So unfortunately, Sharon, we don't have any information to provide to you. We don't have any information. We just don't have any information on it. That's and I don't want to speak on something and misinform people. And I don't want to say the wrong thing. But
so I think it might be this black lady right here. I think this black lady might actually be this individual. Yeah, the black lady is Tiffany Nix. She's the one that shut down the questioning, interestingly. Interesting, right? If that's interesting, give me a thumbs up. If it's not interesting, then give me a thumbs down. Very interesting that she's the one that shut the meeting down.
As of right now, we don't have any information. We just know that they are here with us.
And the only thing I can add to that concern of yours and a lot of people's is that, this is above us. We found out when everybody found out that they showed up the first time I saw them. They came to our church and wanted to come to Sunday school and church with us. And that's the first time I knew they were in town. And there was 3, then 6, and 8. And they're the ones at church with me are great people. They want to come into church, haven't asked for a thing, and worship and go home. That's the only interaction I've had with them. And I know there's more than that here in town, but the only things we know is they're here. We can't, that they're, I wouldn't say a private citizen, but they're coming in, just as you would go into another town and buy a house and live there, they're doing the same thing. We can't ask them or watch them like a specific criminal or anything if they haven't committed a criminal act. So we know they're here. You know, we hope that they can provide to our economy and do things that help Silicaca. But as far as knowing how they got here or what their deal is, we're left out of the loop just as you. That goes way high up. And if you haven't noticed, even some of our state representatives have reached out to their DC representatives like Ben Robbins and asking for help and reasoning of why they're here, so that they don't even know at the state level.
But there's no reason for us to wonder why or to investigate. No crime has been committed. I mean, they're here working, like Ashley said, they're, adding to the economy. So as of right now, that's really all we have to say. Is actually more than what I thought we had to say. But
now let me ask you guys this question. How many people agree with how this is being handled? If you guys agree that this is being handled with diplomacy, and you feel like the needs and questions of all parties involved are being dealt with in an appropriate manner, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't feel that this is being dealt with adequately, and you all feel that they're sidestepping a lot of the issues and not being direct, then give me a thumbs down and let me know if you were in this community, if you were at this meeting, how you would like this to be addressed.
I have one thing. I have reached out to state and federal leaders to try to get more information, and everybody's kind of in the same boat. I've also reached out to other leaders across the state to see, to seek information as well.
And my question is, if they're being bused in here, brought in here by vans, how come the city knows nothing about it?
we don't know anything about that this season. That's just, we've seen this stuff on Facebook and social media just like you have. We have no knowledge of that.
Why haven't you reached out to find out?
I don't think that saying that you don't know, especially when you're the person that everybody's supposed to go to for knowing the answer, I don't think that that's an adequate answer. You need to either say, we don't know at this time, but we'll follow up and get you an answer later, or we'll get back with you. Not, you need to be okay with us not knowing anything. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton about to check this lady's background. He about to get the tweezers and the compass and the T-square and do some hairline forensics. Just be careful, because the hairline forensics failed when it came to Canton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
And in the same vein, I've also reached out to other leaders across the state to see, to seek information as well.
And my question is, if they're being bused in here, brought in here by vans, how come the city knows nothing about it?
We don't know anything about that this season. That's just, we've seen this stuff on Facebook and social media just like you have. We have no knowledge of that.
Why haven't you reached out to find out?
This season, with all due respect, I'm gonna ask this, and with all due respect, has anybody seen anybody being bused in here? Has anybody seen any bus come in here dropping people off?
I have someone that told me that.
I know, but it's hearsay. But that's the thing. People are posting stuff on social media and people are saying things that they don't know anything about. Yeah, nobody has seen any of those things happen.
So now she's saying that nobody's saying, but at the same time, 100% of the community isn't at that meeting. So for her to say that nobody has seen anything, that's also speculation. That's hearsay as well. She's producing hearsay while attempting to counter what this lady is saying with quote unquote hearsay. Would you guys, if you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Unsung One. Unsung One said, Tiffany is real aggressive. Hey, if you guys agree with Unsung One, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. It would seem to me like Tiffany has none of the answers while trying to quote unquote purport that she has all of the answers, when the answers might not be directly here's an answer with the information. The answer is shut up and stop asking me questions. That's what it seems like to me. Her answers are shut up and stop asking me questions. Her answers aren't, well, we'll get back to you and figure out about all of these allegations. Everything's suspicious. Now, if I was in city council there, what I would have done is, okay, ma'am, give me 1 second, because this is the first thing that I've heard about it. But if it's something that you're concerned about, I'll make sure that we look into it. I need you to let me get a pen and a piece of paper, or either we'll have the person that's taking the notes, right? I need you to list very slowly all of the suspicious things that you want us to investigate. And at the end of the meeting, when the minutes get processed, we'll take this portion off and we'll send each complaint to the appropriate agency, and we'll try to have answers for you at the very least by the next meeting. If we're able to get answers before, they'll be updated on the city website. That's what I would have said if I was there. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, that's how you handle a concern. You don't handle a concern as the authority just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean that it's not real. That's not how you do that. Now, what's interesting about this, right, is that these are the type of tactics that people on YouTube use. I didn't see it, so it's not real. You know what I'm saying?
I realize that.
No crime has been committed. There has been no reason.
But I also went by where they're living, some of them. And they're just sitting around outside, they're not working.
But what's wrong with that though, Ms. Eason? What's wrong with them sitting outside where they're paying your rent?
In the middle of the.
She's look, did you hear it? Man. What do y'all think about this so far? It's almost like they went and hired Tiffany Cross as a city council member down here. Would you guys agree? If you guys, and it's funny, Tiffany Cross named Tiffany too. But would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment. Do me a favor. Smash the like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media.
It's hearsay, but that's the thing. People are posting stuff on social media and people are saying things that they don't know anything about. Yeah, nobody has seen any of those things happen.
I realize that.
No crime has been committed. There has been no reason.
But I also went by where they're living, some of them. And they're just sitting around outside, they're not working.
But what's wrong with that though, Ms. Eason? What's wrong with them sitting outside where they're paying your rent?
In the middle of the day, they would be working if they came here to work.
You can go anywhere, Ms. Eason, and see people sitting on their porch not working.
They supposedly came here to work.
I worked night shifts for a while. I mean, you never know where they're working or what hours they're working.
And see, what I would have said if I was this old lady was I didn't tell you what time I went there. But now that you mentioned night shift, I did go there at 2:30 in the morning one time and saw the same thing that I did when I drove through during the day. See, that's what I would have did right there when they had said that, when they had came with the night shift thing. I'd have been like, well, I didn't say what time I went there, but just so you know, I've gone at all times throughout the day and all times throughout the night. The most recent time was yesterday at 2:30 a.m. So that takes care of your night shift thing. And I saw the same people at 2 o'clock p.m. that I saw at 2 o'clock a.m. I'd have got them right there.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to comment on this, but I am now because I feel like I need to. I want to welcome anybody to Silicotta that wants to come to Silicotta. Anybody that's here that's paying lodging, buying gas, buying food.
So she got an open border policy, this woman right here. Anybody that wants to come can come. I'm not cool with anybody that wants to come somewhere. I'm not cool. I don't care if you want to come somewhere or not. The community consensus needs to have approval. You don't get to just trot all over the place because you want to, because it goes from you can go where you want to then you can do what you want to you can do to other people what you want to. I'm not with that. No, there's a certain set of minimum criteria and transparency, period. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So she's clearly with the open border stuff. She's with the open borders. So my thing is that people that are with the open border stuff, people that believe that people should be able to go wherever they want to, whenever they want to, make your house open to those people as well. Make your home open to those people as well. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Paying rent, utilities, whatever, we want to welcome them here. Because if you're here spending money, whether you're working or even if you're not working, you have to be here spending money. So on behalf of Tiffany, Councilmember Nick.
And again, this isn't true. You quote unquote have to be here spending money, because we've seen all of these programs where they give a lot of these people massive amounts of money. So that's not necessarily true either.
Welcome you, because if you're here stimulating our economy, thank you. That's how I feel about it. And if people aren't breaking the law, they're not causing any problems. I don't see what the issue is, and that's just how.
The problem is clearly that there's a collective anxiety that's occurred within the majority of the people who are in that community. That's a problem. Anybody who is on the city council or who has been tasked to take care of maintaining the information flow back and forth from the citizens to the government would be like, okay, we're about to deal with an incoming time of hysteria. That clearly is not a concern or a problem.
How I feel. I can only say how I feel.
I have to say the attitude of the council with reference to this is entirely unacceptable.
So you see, he hit him with that attitude is highly unacceptable. He hit him with that attitude is highly unacceptable.
We know where the individuals we're discussing are coming from, where their point of origin is, because you're treating them like lawful U.S. citizens, which they are not.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut it off because we've had 3 people to come up. I'm gonna cut it off because we have no reason.
So as you guys see this, right? She cut it off. Now, what do you got? What do you guys think about that? Let me ask you guys this. Is she a monolith enforcer? How many people would say that this woman here, Tiffany Nix, is a monolith enforcer? If you guys would agree that she's a monolith enforcer, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would not agree and you don't think that she's a monolith enforcer, let me know why you don't think she's a monolith enforcer.
Again, we have no reason to launch an investigation or to treat people differently because of how they look. There's no reason.
Who said that?
Well, that's just what I'm saying. I just said that. Tiffany just said that.
Okay,
so
I didn't say that.
But I said it. But there's no reason.
I said it. I said it. This is how this stuff plays out in real life.
For us to discuss this any further.
These individuals came from Haiti.
Are valid concerns that we need to
How are valid concerns, Laura? People come here all the time. We visit Birmingham.
I got a feeling that her career as a city councilwoman is coming to an abrupt end. If you guys would agree, her career as a city councilwoman coming to an abrupt end is imminent. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. Now, here goes the when she gets fired, or when she loses her job, or when she doesn't get voted back in, what is she gonna say is the reason why she didn't get voted back in? As we're watching this performance, and I don't think that there's anybody that's watching this that's satisfied with how this meeting is going, right? What is she gonna say when she loses her job? We know what she's gonna say.
Haiti is a failed state. Their president was assassinated in 2021. There is no way the State Department can vet.
She's gonna say it's racism, it's sexism. Nobody wants to see a black woman in power, and it was a bunch of racist Trump supporters. That's what she's gonna say when she loses her job. And then also she's going to say, and weak black men didn't protect her. And as you guys can see, it doesn't seem like there's any black men there. That's exactly what she's going to say. As we're sitting here watching her not perform as a competent city council representative. It's not her job to play defense attorney for these migrants. It's her job to attend to the needs and concerns of the people who voted her in office. And people who don't follow a monolith are not going to continue to vote for her in office. They're going to get her out of there quickly. Shout out to Kirk. What's good with it, bro? They're going to get her out of there quickly. And when they do get her out of there quickly, she's going to come to us with the sob story and the heartstrings and the tears. How do you explain this 6 minutes and how you handled this would be my question. Shout out to Patrick. Patrick says, Rob, she may be safe. Her area may be mostly black, and you don't even see any blacks there. Now, again, the same thing that I ask in most of these cases. What does that tell you about the voters? You know what I'm saying?
We're done, and I'm gonna access
Please let him talk.
you have shut up. Okay, I'm gonna ask.
You see that? It's bad. Look at that. It's devolved into chaos.
Haiti is a failed state. Their president was assassinated in 2021. There is no way the State Department can vet these.
We're done, and I'm gonna access.
Please let him talk.
You have shut up. Okay.
Now you hear that other lady up there that you shut up and let. So I mean, it's turned into a cat fight.
I'm gonna ask all of you to leave because this meeting is over.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Very, 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 very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Very, very interesting. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. If you guys have not hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. You may not see it, but we will be live again tomorrow at the usual time, 8:55. So you will see a premiere window at some point. When you do, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you drop a comment. Make sure you share the stream. Shout out to everybody who came through. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Check out some of the short form content on the channel. And they talk about a lot of stuff all over YouTube. But what we talk about here is undocumented. Peace.